morning, York students and community members. These are your YTV remote announcements for Friday, October 2nd. I'm Kathryn Casnoli. First of all, next week is parent-teacher conferences. The schedule for the next 2 weeks is going to be different than what we're used to, with periods 1 through 4 meeting on Monday, October 5th, and periods 5 through 8 meeting on Tuesday, October 6th. These 2 days also bring in our junior and senior students along with the other levels who have elected to return to in-person learning, with Monday being for students with the last names A through K and Tuesday for the students with the last names L through Z. For more information about our calendar for the next 2 weeks, please visit the York High School webpage. Attention Key Clubbers. Club dues are now posted on Pushcoin. They're $14 and are due on October 25th. Our next meeting is Tuesday, October 6th at 3:15 p.m. You can find the Zoom link by joining our Google Classroom with the code VNFSOVP. For any people wanting to join, serve the community, and connect with others, we hope to see you there. Are you interested in international affairs and want to sharpen your skills in diplomacy, public speaking, research and writing? Model United Nations wants you. Here's how to join the club. Go to Mr. Gearing's Model UN Google Classroom and join the club using this code 3RYH47Y. Please join us for our next meeting on Monday and reach out to Mr. Gearing if you have any questions. Finally, the York Journalism Club is looking for students who are interested in journalism, both print and broadcasting. Please join us Tuesday, October 6th, after school in front of York at 3:15 p.m. Remember, mask and social distancing are still required. Please reach out to Mrs. Lampa if you have any questions. And now over to Reese Carter with some videos from our YTV students.
The YTV students have been hard at work capturing some of the events happening in and around York the last month. First, we'll check in with sophomore Elizabeth Krause and her look at how remote learning is going with some York students and their parents.
As the 2020-2021 school year unfolds this fall, students across the country are embarking on a monumental shift in education and often from the comfort of their own bedroom. York students in particular have been taking part in their classes entirely online through Zoom meetings, and for many students, this means they never leave their bedrooms. For some, this comfort and ease is a dream come true, while many others miss the schedules and responsibilities that come with leaving the house. We spoke to Quinn Olson, a sophomore at York this year, who feels that e-learning is what we should be doing.
I think e-learning is a good way for us to still be in school during this whole coronavirus and whatnot. I do appreciate that we have less time in actual class. I do think that York did it well that way.
While students like Quinn think that remote learning is going well, parents are also starting to form their own opinions as they get to see firsthand what happens.
I think online school has been really good for us. In fact, I'm in school right now, and my classes are all online, and so I'm kind of in it together with the kids, and we sort of have a routine.
I usually will wake up and go for a run and then have 3 to 4 classes depending on what day it is. And then I usually have a good amount of free time for me to practice cello or do any other things that I need to do, or if I need to go to practice.
Students at York High School are tasked with a lot these days, and while opinions vary, one thing is for sure. Going back to in-person learning is going to be extra hard when we finally have to leave the comfort of our beds and couches. For YTV News, I'm Elizabeth Krause.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Great work. Next, I was able to catch up with junior Maria Chorney, a member of the York girls tennis program, to see how she's keeping up with her training while maintaining social distancing guidelines. COVID-19 led to the shutdown of several fields, facilities, and courts, leaving athletes to find their own ways to practice their sports. Tennis courts, for example, were locked up, and avid players such as junior Maria Chorney had to find new ways to adapt and continue playing the sport that she loves.
During COVID, I practiced by playing at my elementary school wall. It felt weird because I was hitting alone, I wasn't here with another person. The most difficult part was just transitioning into match play before the season because I was hitting alone and not with someone else.
While Maria felt that the transition to the season was difficult, she was still excited to start playing.
When the courts reopened, I was pretty excited to finally start practicing again because the season was about to start soon. With the new rules, it's different where we have to get our temperature checked about every day. We have to wear masks to get on the court, and we have to have our own ball. We can't share balls. We have to keep our own.
Now that many sports are in season and facilities and fields are open again, athletes are able to have some normality back in their lives as they continue playing the sports that they missed over quarantine. And in the events of another possible outbreak, they will be able to adapt quickly and find creative ways to keep practicing. For YTV News, I'm Reese Crowder, signing off. Good luck, Maria, with the rest of the season. Finally, Hannah Lonergan takes an in-depth look at what's going on with the college application process during the time of COVID.
With college application season now in full swing for current high school seniors, the class of 2021 is finding that this year's application process looks much different due to restrictions resulting from COVID-19 concerns. York senior Ava Uditsky says that the pandemic has stuck a wrench in her college plans.
So far, the pandemic has affected my college application process by just making it a lot more difficult for me to visit schools. I kind of feel like going out to a college campus, driving out, flying out somewhere is kind of pointless without being able to really get the vibe of the campus. And you kind of only get that when there's students there and people are moving around and visiting restaurants and there are activities going on that you can go to. But without that, I feel like I'm kind of wasting time to go to a college campus, so that's kind of why I haven't gone yet.
Many colleges, such as Indiana University, have begun offering virtual campus tours and information sessions, allowing prospective students to learn more about the schools without facing risks that accompany traveling amid COVID-19. Senior Addie McClary claimed that the pandemic has not only affected her ability to visit schools, but also to submit critical information such as standardized test scores in her applications.
The pandemic has greatly affected my college application process because I haven't been able to take the ACT or the SAT because unfortunately they keep getting canceled because of the social distancing protocol they have to follow. And I need those scores for a few of the colleges I'm applying to because I know a lot of schools have gone test optional, especially because of the pandemic, but I have 2 schools on my list that still aren't test optional yet, and I would still really like those scores to come in before I have to really apply to them.
With the state of the pandemic constantly fluctuating, many seniors are lost and confused as they attempt to navigate the admissions process during these unprecedented circumstances. Resources at York, such as the CCRC and Mrs. Thompson, however, can provide students with more insight into the application process and hopefully guide them through deadlines in November. Hannah Lonergan for YTV News.
Thanks, Hannah. If you want more information or need help with your college application process, please reach out to Ms. Thompson, our college and career advisor here at York. And thank you all for watching. Have a great weekend, and I'm Reese Crowder for YTV.
And I'm Kathryn Casnoli. Have a great day and weekend, York.